Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's Terrence here, and today we're going to be talking about CPCs. What actually makes your CPCs high? You're a business or you're an advertiser, and you might be wondering what actually makes your CPCs high, or your cost per click, basically, for your ads. What actually makes them high? So today I'm going to break down in this video, so stay tuned. So first of all, what is CPC? CPC stands for cost per click. Obviously, you all know this. It's simply the amount you are willing to pay to Google to show your ads, to your prospects, your customers. CPC is the amount you are willing to pay, $2, $5 for a click for Google to show your ads on the search results page where your customers, when maybe searching for a product or service that you might offer, where they can see you. So now, what makes your CPCs high? First of all, high competition. As you can see here, when multiple advertisers bid for the same keywords, CPC increases because demand is high, and that is how it actually works. Because when a competitor enters into the market, and there might be a competition, and they come in and they bid more aggressively, to get to the top of the search results page. This is actually what makes your CPCs high, because when they come in and they bid high, and all of your competitors too want to bid high to get on that top spot, and this actually escalates the cost per click, the CPC, for that certain keyword. So high competition causes that. Industries like legal, insurance, and tech, they usually have much higher CPCs because of fierce competition. Like, there are so many the competition there is very, very huge. So industries like legal, insurance, and tech, you have to have your budget and your revenue, and you have to have your budget in place in order to enter those kind of industries, because they have higher CPCs. Second, quality score. Low quality score. The last video I did about how to improve your quality score is going to be in the description below, so you might want to check out for that. Low quality score. Google uses something called quality score. I'm not going to start explaining that now, but if you are going to put the link in the description, I dive deep into quality score in that video, so you might get great insights and value from it. So it measures your ad relevance, your expected click-through rates, and your landing page experience. So quality score also is mentioned in the last video about how to improve your quality score. Quality score is Google ranks it from 1 till 10. So if you have a quality score that is low, these are all the metrics that come in place. These are all the things that come in place to make up a good quality score. If your ads are relevant, your click-through rates very good, and your landing page experience for your customers is nice, so you are going to have a high quality score. But if all these are not in place, you are going to have a low quality score, which is going to affect your CPC. So it matters where prioritize that and put that in place, your quality score. Third, broad keywords. As we all know, broad keywords, you actually should broad keywords are for campaigns that are already dialed in. So if you have a campaign that isn't dialed in and you are using broad keywords, it's not actually going to bring back the ROI or the return on investment that you actually want. Because targeting broad keywords are not usually high intent, because it's very, very broad and it's not showing any commercial intent for a person wants to buy something. So if you are targeting very broad keywords like shoes, instead of affordable men running shoes, see the difference there. Shoes, someone searching shoes online doesn't necessarily mean that they want to buy shoes. But here, someone searching for affordable men running shoes, they are putting into consideration affordable men's running shoes, they want to buy a shoe. So this is a broad keyword, and this is a phrase match keyword, and I'm going to be explaining that my next couple videos, the keyword match type. So you get what I'm saying there. Someone who comes into Google and search shoes, someone just said shoes, they are going to bring out different variations. They are going to bring out shoes for women, shoes for men, shoes for running, shoes for sports. Is not specific at all. So if you run ads and your keywords are that broad, you are going to be bringing in irrelevant traffic that aren't actually going to convert. So Keep that in mind. Broad keywords is actually, if you put broad keywords in your campaigns when your campaigns are not already dialed in, you are going to burn up a lot of cash, because that's what Google wants. Who doesn't want revenue and profit? For aggressive bidding strategies. So if you normally set very high bids, like target impression share aggressively, Google will prioritize showing your ad, but at a higher cost. I don't know why they get it. You get what this is trying to say here, but when you set very high bids, and you're using bidding strategies, different bidding strategies. One, target impression share. You're using a strategy like target impression share, and you're using it aggressively. Google is going to prioritize showing your ad. It's just going to prioritize showing only your ad. Yes, it's going to prioritize showing your ad, but at a higher cost. It doesn't actually mean that the touch points that the machine learning looks into to know the type of people, the intent, these metrics. This is what the machine learning puts into place to know whether someone searching, like, they are actually going to convert. But target impression share is just targeting for the share you are going to get on the search results page. It doesn't actually mean any conversions. Poor ad relevance. I've explained my last video where I was talking about quality score. I mentioned a lot about this, and I explained it. I deep dive into it. If your ads don't match what people are searching for, Google sees it as a bad user experience and penalizes you with higher CPCs. My last video I talked about this. Poor relevance. Someone searches for okay, let me say someone searches for a specific Nike shoe. Let me say, for example, I don't know the types of Nike shoes, but let me say someone searches for Nike shoes ZLT running max. I'm just saying, assuming, and you just take them to and the URL just takes them to only the product, like the home page. That's a bad user experience, because that person has something in mind that they were looking for. Or let me say, for example, someone searches for men's running shoes, and they click the ad, and when they get into the home page or the product page, they start seeing feminine shoes, women's shoes. That's going to be a bad user experience, because what you were offering, what you were saying you are going to give these people, and what they are saying is not actually a match. So who penalizes with high CPCs? So you might as well put that in place. Make your ads relevant to what your customers are searching for. Inefficient targeting too many locations or your very broad audience can also waste your budget and raise your CPC unnecessarily. You are running, okay, let me say here, you're running ads in US and you are targeting India, and you can ship to India. You are going to waste your budget, because when someone clicks your ad, okay, eventually they want to convert or something, you can't ship there and they can't get the product. So why the hell are you going to target a location where you can't actually ship there, offer them what they want? So targeting too many locations, a very broad audience, you should narrow your audience. If you narrow your audience, it's actually going to be relevant to what they want, because it's specific. The people you are targeting, okay, you can reach to these people, and where they are and where you are, you can reach to them, and you can serve them. So inefficient targeting is another reason why you might have high CPCs. Okay, so how does high CPCs actually affect your campaigns? Budget drain. Is going to drain your budget. I've been talking about. It's going to, high CPCs is going to drain your budget, burn your daily budget faster. Meaning your ads will show less often, and when your ads show less often, low conversions, low click-through, low conversions, because one, people searching for your product or services are not going to see. Because one, your budget is exhausted, and you don't actually have any other. If, for example, you don't have any other left to show your ad. So that's actually how CPCs might affect your campaign, and this is very, very bad because you are going to miss out on a lot of traffic that might actually lead to conversions. So, second, your return on investment is going to be low because if your clicks aren't turning into sales because of poor traffic or bad landing pages, you are paying more but not getting enough back. Yes, because ICPCs, your clicks aren't turning into sales because of poor traffic. Someone clicking your ad, they are not actually the right audience. That's a poor traffic or bad landing page where someone clicks into your ad and they have a bad user experience and they just click off this app. You are going to be getting clicks. You are going to be getting clicks, but it's not going to actually lead into conversions. So you are paying more, but your return on investment, your revenue, and your ad spend, is not correlating. Maybe your ad spend is very much higher than your revenue. Reduced reach, that is the same thing here. Budget rent out in correlation. Reduced reach, you may have to limit your campaigns to fewer clicks or impressions because it's just so expensive to run wild. That's actually obvious because when you have high CPCs, your budget drain ASAP and it's going to limit your reach. It's going to limit your campaigns, and overall it's going to limit your business, to generate revenue and make profit. Difficulty scaling. When your CPCs are the rooftop, it's going to be hard for you to scale, those. Each new click keeps eating into your profits because they aren't actually turning into conversions and revenue for your business. Now, here's what we have been waiting for. How can you fix your CPCs? Improve your quality score. I've talked about this a lot. I'm going to put description of my last video here so you can actually know how you can actually do that effectively. Refine your keyword strategy. This is a long tail keyword. And someone says for this, they know what they want. Someone just comes for search for shoes is too general, not specific at all. But someone searching for this means they know what they want to buy. They know what they want. So you might as well put long tail keywords in your shoes because they have higher intent and they are much specific and they have lower competition. And what does lower competition mean? Your CPCs are going to be low because there aren't many people bidding, or your competition, there are many people bidding on that particular keyword. So it's going to have low CPCs because of the low competition, and higher conversion rates attract people with clearer intents, people that know what they want. Negative keywords. Block out relevant searches. You go to your search term reports, you see searches that aren't actually related to what you offer, or searches that might actually lead to bad traffic and waste of clicks. So you go to you refine your negative keywords and you add new negative keywords to block out those search queries that people might be inserting into Google to search for something. Keyword match type. Use phrase match or exact match instead of broad match to keep your traffic focused. Broad match doesn't have that intent. It doesn't have high intent, and also broad match has very, very high CPCs. But these exact and phrase, they have some sheer amount of intent because people searching they use different variations. Because users, they have different ways of searching to get what they want, and they might not actually type in Google exactly the way you use your keyword match types in your account. But broad match, you shouldn't use that unless you are a big company or a big business and your campaigns are already dialed in. Adjust your bidding strategy. Try using enhanced CPC or target ROAS, because when you use this type of strategies, you are giving Google a goal over paying. So they are actually going to only optimize for clicks, but they are going to optimize for conversions. They are going to look for people who have higher chances of converting and making you more money. So this is it. Your target CPA or your target return on ad spend, or enhanced CPC, enhanced cost per click, because Google some fractions they are machine learning into enhanced CPC and these others, because the machine learning with enough data is going to learn how your campaigns and which kind of people convert, and is going to go to get those kind of people for you. If you're using manual bidding, consider lowering your max bids to avoid, optimize your targeting. I've talked about this, your location, your demographics, or in-market behavior. Let me say, you save only if you are a business and you can't save 30-year-olds upwards, and you want to, from age 1 to 20, you want to actually remove those people from your demographics, because when they click, they are not the right people, and when they click, they are going to waste your budget. So you might as well remove them, from your account, from your settings. That's where you are going to get this, where you can change your demographics. Focus on high converting times or specific devices where your audience is most active. For example, let me see tablet. Tablet has a very low low conversions overall from data that has been gotten. Tablet, so you might as well cut off tablets, like cut it off, or you might just give it small budget to show, allocate your budget, just a bit of it to tablet, because they have low chances of converting. But mobile devices, they have high chances of converting, so you might as well allocate most of your budgets in there, because from data and everything that has been gotten, mobile has higher chances of converting, so you might as well give them most of your budget and focus on high converting times. Or for example, a business, and most of your revenue, most of your your click-through rate, most of your conversions coming in at the evening. You might as well focus your ad schedule, might as well put it in the evening period, because you've gotten data that this is actually when most of your prospects and your customers, they convert. Not as you exclude other times, but you allocate most of the time and the budget to evening times, where my prospects they convert more. Split test your ads, which test different outlet lines to see the ones that does well, then you prioritize that. A/B testing and all those. Find the versions that get higher click-through rates and lower your CPC naturally over time, because when people click on your ad, Google sees that as your ad is relevant to what they search. So naturally over time, they are going to reduce your CPCs. Analyze competitor strategies. Use tools like SEMrush or Spyful to see what your competitor has done, then adjust your strategy without blindly copying. You might look at what your competitors are doing, because what they may be doing at that time might be what you might also want to do, is bringing enough much revenue for them. Might actually do that too, but adjust your strategy without blindly copying, because your strategy and your business, they are not your strategy, your business and theirs might have slight differences. So if you blindly copy them, what's going to work for them might not work for you, and might actually lead to low conversions for you. Monitor your performance. Look at your data, your search terms, your device breakdowns. Look at your search terms. Monitor your performance regularly. Monitor the campaigns or the search terms, the creatives that are bringing in the money that you want. Many conversions, so you can bring up new variations of that, then actually put it in your campaigns, because that these are actually converting much more. Device breakdowns, location reports. Adjust your targeting, your keywords and your bids based on what's actually working. When you go to your account, you check your targeting, you check different locations. Which location is bringing in much more revenue for your business? You check the keywords, because Google your account, when you look at the data, Google breaks down the information very, very clear, so you can understand them, and it's very, very clear. You can know which keywords are performing well. You can know which bid strategies that are performing well in different campaigns. So that's actually working, then you can impute that much more in your future campaigns or your already running campaigns. So by applying these strategies, you can reduce your CPCs, boost your ROI, and make your campaigns a lot more profitable, which is what we actually want. So that's it. If you got great value from this video, like and subscribe, and I'm going to meet you in the next video.